لا إله إلا الله واحد محمد رسول الله. If you believe that there is only one God and that Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, was any type of messenger or prophet, then even if you haven't said Shahada, you're a Muslim at heart. At the end of the day, if you look up at that sky and say, God, I'm going to give this up for you, I don't care what faith you follow, you're a Muslim at that point, because that's what it is to submit to God's will, to give him that which you wish you could keep for your flesh, but instead you said, La ilaha illallah, ya Rab, it's all for you. Assalamu alaikum.
كلما درست التاريخ وتعرفت عليه أكثر، كلما تعلمت أننا تعرضنا للكذب بشأن كل شيء من قبل الجميع.
The more you study and learn about history, the more you learn that we have been lied to about everything by everyone. You've been lied to by your government, we've been lied to by our churches, we've been lied to by our teachers, and we've been lied to by our parents. Even if they didn't intend to lie to us, they still told us things that simply were not true and propagated the lies, either by complacency or by ignorance, but at the end of the day, the result is the same. And this is fueled in anger, as the people today have access to information, and we are learning that we have been lied to, not just for years or decades or centuries, but we have been lied to for millenniums. Might stop obeying their orders and being their obedient servants. We might stop obeying their orders and dying in their useless war. We might learn such things as it was Muslims that defeated the Roman Empire and not those northern pagan tribes as you've so often been told, and how it was Muslims coming to Europe that brought women's rights to Europe. They don't want you to know that the Crusaders were bloodthirsty killers that slaughtered innocent people by the millions who had never raised a sword to them. They don't want you to know about how when Muslims captured most of Europe, unlike the Christians, they never practiced conversion by the sword, join our religion or die. In fact, when Muslims took Europe, they guaranteed the freedom of religion for all people.
دراسة وبحوث أجرتها أمريكا أكدت حقيقة لا يحبذونها، فقاموا بإخفائها لكي لا يحصل عكس ما يريدون.
2 million to find a mistake in the Quran. This is Professor Marine van Putten. He was paid 2 million euros by the European Research Council to research the Noble Quran, and what he found was shocking. He compared the modern-day Quran to hundreds of old Qurans written in the 7th century. Putten found that the words are extremely similar, and they are all the same word by word, proving the Quran has been perfectly preserved and protected from corruption. We have, without doubt, sent down the message, and we will certainly guard it from corruption. Let me guess, you have probably never heard about this research, right? Well, here's the truth. They silenced this research because they don't want you to know that Islam is the truth.
الوجه القبيح لأمريكا في تصريح لرئيس مجلس النواب الأمريكي: نحتفل اليوم بذكرى زوال الخلافة الإسلامية.
Tonight, we celebrate more than just 76 years of achievement. We celebrate the fulfillment of promises made millennia ago. Promises made to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Promises that survived Babylonian exile, Islamic caliphates, and the Nazi Holocaust. Through the hard work of men like Theodore Herzl, the Zionist dream has become a reality. And tonight, we gather as Christians and Jews and people of all faiths. We gather as those committed to belief that the Jewish people deserve to live safely in their ancestral and spiritual homeland. My friends, we are bound by the same foundational beliefs. We're strung together by the same psalms, and we celebrate together the unique Judeo-Christian heritage.
وفي الأخير نترككم مع مسلمة جديدة تشرح كيف يكون موقفنا من الطغاة والمستبدين من خلال آيات القرآن الكريم.
Hi, Assalamu alaikum. Does the Quran give us any guidance as to our attitudes towards dictators and despots like Netanyahu? It does, and I'm going to share it with you and the commentary that I've been reading, and hopefully it'll give you some insight. I'm reading Surah Taha 20, how Moses should approach Pharaoh. Now remember, Pharaoh's a bad guy. He's murdered thousands of children, and most of us would be upset and angry if we were to come face to face with someone like Pharaoh. This is what the Quran says, and I'll start with ayah 41. I selected thee for myself, meaning Moses. And this is Allah, from the perspective of Allah speaking. Go forth, thou and thy brother, with my signs, and tire not in the remembrance of me. Go, both of you, unto Pharaoh. Truly he has rebelled. And this is the part I wanted to share. Yet speak unto him gently, that haply he may remember or have fear. Speak unto him gently. This is Pharaoh we're talking about, and this is the instructions Allah gave to Moses. Al-Razi notes that it is customary for tyrants, when they are admonished harshly, to increase in their obstinacy and pride. Thus, by speaking gently to Pharaoh, there was a chance he would respond positively to the admonition conveyed by Moses and Aaron. I read in another tafsir online that Allah already knew that Pharaoh was not going to change his ways. And so the admonition to speak gently was not for the benefit of Pharaoh, but was for the benefit of Moses himself, because this was the conduct befitting a messenger of God, was to speak kindly. And so if we are to follow the example of the prophets, then we too have to speak gently, and that's really hard. I know when we're speaking or thinking about or talking about someone who we believe to be unredeemable, it is extremely difficult to speak gently to them. But this is what Allah commands. Have a beautiful day.